I'm sure you've stopped by a food truck a time or two. Well, those trucks do have to go through an inspection every single year. That's where the health department and the fire department come into play. This afternoon, we have Jennifer with the health department and Anthony with us from Toledo Fire to talk about the mobile food truck roundup. The truck roundup basically is over a period of sessions. Anybody that has a food truck in Lucas County?
Any county.
Any county needs to get approved by both of you entities for a lot of different reasons. Let's start with you, Jennifer. There are how many food trucks in this region? It's exploded in popularity.
It has. In Lucas County, we have over 260 food mobiles licensed by our county, but we also will accept mobiles from Wood County, Fulton County, Henry County, because they do operate in our county, so they do need to get inspected by the fire department as well.
Okay, we'll continue with you for a sec. You inspect restaurants,
Correct.
and these are basically restaurants on four wheels, so these for sure have to be inspected. I'll ask you in a moment what you look for exactly, but now, Anthony, there's a lot of things bad can happen in a truck with a propane fire, things like that. So what do you guys look for?
We look for fire safety, and there's a checklist by the Ohio State Fire Marshal's Office for the food trucks, and we go right off of the checklist from the Ohio Fire Code, and it's right down. We look for the carbon dioxide, the propane test, you know, the fire extinguishers, make sure everything's safe for the truck to operate. And every truck has to be, if it does have propane, it has to be pressure tested every year. And a lot of these trucks do not get pressure tested, and that will hopefully prevent the explosion.
Well, if I own a food truck, I'm not going to be hiding anything from you because I want to know, I want myself and I want my crew to be safe when they're operating the fire truck. There's no way I'm going to cut some corners. So what all are you looking for?
Okay, so we like I said, we go right down the checklist. We check for the CO detectors, the smoke detectors, the propane lines, make sure they got the correct propane lines, they're tested, and all that. The fire extinguishers, the hood system, make sure it's current and up to date, and all that. And then we make sure that they're outlets, the GFCI outlets, because it's in a kitchen, so they got to have that. Make sure the electric's done right, and all that. And then we go with the no smoking signs and all that. And then we got the biggest part is the outside, because that's where the propane, most of the propane is outside. So we got to make sure that's safe because it's driving down the road. So what if it gets hit? What if it gets in an accident? So we got to make sure it's got protection. And then also operating in the weather. So we got to make sure they have weather protection for the propane. So there's a whole checklist.
You know, Jennifer, a lot of these are large vans. What variety of vehicles do you see these restaurants on wheels?
The newest issue, we're seeing big mobile trucks. So they're able to drive in the front, and then the mobile portion is in the back. And then we'll see also large trailers being pulled by a truck. So they're basically small kitchens on wheels. So it makes it a lot more difficult to do the inspections. There's a lot of things that can go wrong inside of a mobile, but our mobile operators, if they stay on top of their equipment, their food handling, making sure everything is good to go prior to opening at each event, they'll have a successful day.
So the next inspections next week, the 3rd and 4th of this spring, Tuesday and Thursday, where will those be held?
It could be at 200 Indiana Avenue in Toledo.
Okay, and you need to register online. There's the QR code to find the information on that. So what's the procedure? First of all, to be there, you want everybody to already been registered in there, and it's filling up fast.
It is, but we still have appointments available, and I just opened more appointments today, so we can make sure we can accommodate our mobiles. If you visit lucascountyhealth.com, you can go right under our food protection page, and I have the link ready to go for you. You just click on that link. It's easier than buying something online to register.
Now, if I'm a food truck owner, I don't want to go around this. I want to make sure I'm approved because it's good for my safety as well as you know, from everybody's perspective, both that and the client. But what's a procedure when you get there? What happens?
Once you get there, you're going to register. You're registered already. You know what time to get there. You'll get there at your prescribed time that you picked. You're going to pull in. You'll come right into registration. We'll check you in. We're going to verify which fire departments you would like to be inspected by, so you can ensure their permit information is provided to you at the end. Once you check in with me, you're going to go back out to your truck, open your truck up, and get ready for that fire inspection. And we'll send out 2 fire inspectors to your truck.
It's great. It's springtime's here, summertime, fall. It's going to be. It's a great time of year, and what's been interesting that it's not just restaurants that make a food truck. Also, it's a lot of just mom and pop operations, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
Yes.
What have you seen most recently? It's kind of neat.
So our mom and pop locations, they also have a commissary where they'll make their food at. So they'll actually have a commissary licensed, and most of their food prep will be done at that building, and then the truck will be loaded from the building and then go out to serve the food and sell the food at your fairs and festivals.
And that has to be inspected as well.
Correct.
Okay. Jennifer and Anthony, thank you so much for coming in. I learned a lot about this, and I just love food trucks. It's that time of year. Go to festivals or fairs or whatever, and these food trucks are there providing a great service for all of us. Thanks so much.
Thank you.